It's a good afternoon. We are streaming in live, and this is Muto Online. Teacher Alan, back, and I'm here to take you through chemistry this time, not biology. I'm waiting for some few members. Please to make some good number. Please. I want some number. We start. There are people I don't want to leave behind. Please get your pens and maybe a book to note. Get somewhere to note. We are back. This time we are going to look at chemistry. Like we said, we are Muto Online. We are here specifically to look at element of construct 2, which set a section A item. I want us to exhaust it well, and I want us to understand it and at least know something. We are specifically going to look at element of construct 2, like we said, and it reads as the application of chemistry in daily life. Red Zone TV, we are so grateful. We are here to take you through element of construct 2, and we said, and this is the contribution of chemistry in the daily life. This is the element of construct. We said it sets a certain item in section A, chemistry paper 1. There are a number of topics, among which we have topics like the consumable chemicals, where we shall have a look at one of them as food additives, which is our target today. We shall have a look at the drugs and medicine. We shall have a look at the soaps, actually detergents in general, as consumable chemicals. And still under this topic, under this element of construct, we shall have a look at the atomic chemistry, where we shall have a look at the nuclear fission and fusion, where we shall look at the half-life and so many other things. So for today, our target is to look at, we are going to look at food additives. That's what we are going to look at, and it is our target. We are going to look at this topic as well as some items, possible items they may set from this topic, from this part of this element of construct. Let's start with the food additives, like we say. What is a food additive? As we hear this word, food additive. A food additive is simply a non-food substance that is always added to any food substance or to any food to enhance, to improve taste, to improve the aroma, the appearance, the the thickness or the viscosity, and so many other things. Are looking at the non-food substances, which are very vital when added to the food we use. When we talk about food, we talk about the solid and fluid food. In the fluid food, we are meaning the liquid food. For example, the beverages like the soda and so many others, the juice we take. So we are going to look at these food additives in details. By the end of this topic, we must know a food additive, things to note. As you are noting, you must know a food additive you must know its function, how the food additive work, the properties that make the food additive suitable for use. And we shall also have a look at the examples of these food additives. And finally, the challenges associated with use of such food additives, and then their mitigations. I'm sorry, my throat is not okay. I have some cough. So when I cough, don't run away. For those who put the phone on amplifiers, please reduce the bass. I may cough and run away. But these are the things we are basically going to look at under this. Remember to remind you about the format of the items they set in terms of the task, their levels in tasks. They always ask us to explain the categories of these food additives. They always task us to explain how the products work, They will always task us to give the function sometimes. They also task us to give the properties or the suitability, the properties that make the product suitable for use. They will also sometimes ask us the challenges associated with the use of such products, a long-term use of such products. So these are the expected tasks on the corresponding scenarios we expect. So if you are in the group, my friend is putting a certain item, you may have a look at it as we continue. On the categories, we said they always mark at the category, well stated, the reason to why it is that category, and the reason is always the definition of that product, and finally the example. So the examples are going to be very crucial. They are not part of the tasks they give, but they will be very crucial in part A scoring. So they mark CRE, category, reason, example, if you are told to explain. To move on, the food additives are of two major categories. They are of two major categories. And it is from these two major categories where these others are grouped. The food additives are either natural or synthetic. They are natural, the other groups we are going to give, or synthetic of the other groups we are going to give. So, yes, the natural and synthetic food additives may be dyeing agents. We shall see the reasons. May be flavoring or flavoring and sweetening agents. May be thickeners, may be thickening or getting agents. We are giving the food additives. So the dyeing agents may be natural or synthetic. The flavoring or sweetening agents may be natural or synthetic. As you're giving the category, you start with these ones, either natural or synthetic dyeing agent. Natural or synthetic flavoring agent. We shall see the reasons to why they are called so. They may be glazing agents. We are giving the groups of food additives that are commonly used. They may be stabilizing agents. They may be antioxidants. They may be, the natural or synthetic, may be preserving agents. The food additives or the natural or synthetic food additives may be, we are giving the common ones, stabilizers. Do we give them? Yes, we have them. Maybe whitening agents. Whitening agents. Or bulking agents. Check if you can remember any. Let's repeat them together. We have the dyeing agents. We have the flavoring and sweetening agents. We have the thickening or getting agents, the glazing agents, the stabilizing agents, the antioxidizing agents, the preservatives or the preserving agents, whitening agents, and then bulking agents. We are giving the common food additives. We've said they are either natural or synthetic. So as we are going to look at one by one, we shall look at one by one, reflecting on the other outline, the breakdown we gave. We shall look at the dyeing agents and we give the food additives their dyeing agents. Then we shall give the function of the dyeing agents, how the dyeing agents work, the properties that make dyeing agents suitable for use, the examples of dyeing agents, both natural and synthetic, and then we shall give some challenges associated with the use of those dyeing agents and the mitigations. We shall look at one by one. As we write them, please understand them. Don't cram. Understand, know how they are applied. To go again, we have the dyeing agents, flavoring or sweetening agents, the thickening agents, the glazing agents, stabilizing agents, antioxidants, preserving agents, whitening agents, bulking agents. Team Flair, are we together? And I know even Zahala is on, Red Zone is on. This is a chemistry class, Red Zone TV. We welcome you. We shall always do that. One Uganda. Thank you for following and always being online. So let's start with members.
Say yes, please.
That's great, fair to be on. That's great. I don't see Zahala and the friends. I don't see them. But this topic, the food additives, is a senior topic. And it's not bad to look at it as early as that class you are in. It is always an advantage that whenever, that time you go, to that class, to the senior 4, you'll be actually softening further the topic. So let's have a look at the flavoring agents first. We shall find in some books they call them, let's call them flavoring agents. The functions or the major function of the flavoring agent is to enhance. If something had no aroma, or if it was not sweet, the flavoring agents enhance and sometimes improve the taste and aroma of food. The major function of the flavoring agents, when added to any food, they serve one purpose of enhancing and improving the taste and aroma of the food. We are looking at the function of the flavoring agents. So the flavoring agents, if they are sweeteners, they enhance and improve taste for any food. Taste. We have examples. We have very many examples of flavoring agents. We cannot finish them. You can even think about them where you are. The natural ones, they are very many. There is sugar, extracted from sugar cane. Some people add honey to drinks to enhance the taste. Some people add what you call the spices, extracted from different natural plants, like the garlic powder, cinnamon, the Baganda call it umdalasin. All of those, the onions, all of these improve the aroma. The garlic improves the aroma of the food. When you add tomato to the food, there is that way the food tastes good. And then the common synthetic flavoring agent used is known as the monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate. This monosodium glutamate is the commonest synthetic flavoring agent used. It enhances taste and the aroma of any food. So these are some of the commonest examples. There are many others: the onions, the tomato, honey, sugar, and all spices we know, extracted from the natural plants. We can look for them. But basically, these are some of the flavoring agents. We said we shall give the function and examples. Then there are, we have how they work. How do they work? How flavoring agents work? Let's check if we know anything. How do they work? Check if you know. As we continue. Sorry, I'm cleaning this part. The flavoring agents work by binding to those food molecules with unpleasant taste and aroma to enhance or give an overall taste they carry to that food substance. So they work by binding to the food molecules whose taste is to be enhanced or improved. And what they do, they either give their overall taste and aroma if the food had no taste, or improve the taste and the aroma of that food if it had any taste. So it's what we are going to write here. So they bind to the food molecules without or with unpleasant taste or aroma to improve or enhance, actually enhance their taste or improve the unpleasant taste or aroma to a pleasant one. So we are looking at the flavoring agents. This is how they work. For them, they do bind by forming bonds. The bonds may be ionic or van der Waals forces of attraction or hydrogen bonds. They form bonds with the food molecules permanently, that even when you heat them or you add any other additive, these flavoring agents permanently bind to these foods, to the food molecules, with either no aroma or taste or with any unpleasant taste, to enhance taste or to release their taste to that food molecule they are binding to if it had no taste, or to improve the unpleasant taste the food had to a pleasant one. So that's how they work. Yes, Tim Freya has a question, please. Okay, Tim Freya, we shall answer that one shortly. but it is very crucial because it is a common question. And when you check the syllabus book, it is part, very crucial. To continue, for the properties, we are going to show that to the group, Team Freya. I'm going to show that section of the syllabus book, you see it very well. Properties that make favoring agents suitable for use. One, these favoring agents are usually very stable. Even at extreme temperatures. They do not change their chemical composition, their chemical properties or physical properties, even at extreme temperatures. If any flavoring agent had a certain taste, even if you heat it at any temperature, it will maintain that taste or aroma. So they are very stable even at extreme temperatures. So this is crucial. Two, these flavoring agents are made from highly volatile substances that easily sublime into air to spread the aroma. So, made of highly volatile substances that easily sublime to spread the aroma. Most of these flavoring agents are highly soluble. So they can even be used, they can even enhance testing solutions in fluids. So they are highly soluble in water, making these flavoring agents even suitable for use in fluids. We are looking at some of the properties that make these flavoring agents suitable for use. To move on, I think we can add on these ones. There are more others. We can add on these ones. To go on, we can give some challenges. We said we are giving the few, you build on them. The challenge is with long-time use of flavoring agents. So to respond to Mr. Freya, we only pick what we need to learn because we teach a wide range of learners. Pick what you feel you need to pick. One, among the challenges associated, some of these ones cause some allergic reactions, like throat irritations. Some of the people, when they take some of these things, they get some allergic reactions, like the garlic powder, like the irritations. Some of these people do not take, they are diabetic, that any sugary food increases the blood sugar levels to bring out the symptoms of diabetes, which in sometimes lead to death of these people or critical medical conditions. So I'm hitting some of the challenges associated with the use of these ones. So I've said one, allergic reactions. Such as throat irritations. Mitigation. Use of controlled amounts of these additives are giving some of the challenges associated with the use of these flavoring agents. Esther Gift, you're welcome. We have another one, the sugar. Usually increase blood glucose levels that trigger diabetic symptoms. And increased weight and increased body weight. People fear using fat foods, but my friend, carbohydrates, the sugary foods, there is that overuse of sugary foods raise the, increases the body weight a lot because of these excess sugars in the blood are usually sometimes and actually most times reduced to fats which are stored under the body, actually the body skin. So they are also bad. Mitigation, same, use of controlled or less amounts of these sugars. If you're diabetic, always read prescriptions and avoid using such food additives if they are sugar for the diabetic patients. So that can be a good mitigation. To move on, I think that's all about flavoring agents. We say the flavoring agents enhance and improve taste. Enhance and improve taste. It does so by binding to the food molecules, by forming bonds with the food molecules, interact with the food molecules and release or improve the overall taste and aroma. So we can go on and look at the preserving agents or the preservatives. The preservatives as food additives. Yes, Team Fair, you can use the insulin therapy. That is great for the sugar as a food additive. That is also another mitigation for this point, triggering diabetic symptoms. So the mitigation may be using the insulin therapy, that is okay. And also the other ones we gave. So the function of the preserving agents, this one increases the lifespan. A lifespan of food. Or prevents the spoilage of food. So we are looking at the food additives in details. These preservatives, we can give some examples of these ones. We have very many. We have the likes of salt. In fruits, they sometimes use sugar. We shall see how these ones work. But we also have the sodium benzoate. Is a good preservative. And we have the ascorbic acid. And this ascorbic acid is used to preserve acidic foods, specifically the non-acidic foods. We usually use the benzoate, the sodium benzoate, to preserve them. This salt and sugar are used to preserve solid food. For example, the fish. They always salt the fish, and I'm going to see how the salt works in the preserving function. We have the sodium nitrite is also a crucial preservative. So these ones, they are all synthetic preservatives. They are man-made, they are laboratory processed. We are looking at preserving agents that prevent the spoilage of food, increasing the lifespan or the shelf life of that food. So we are looking at the food additives in general. Let's have a look at some of these, how they really work. So we are looking at how these preservatives work. One, let's first look at the salt and sugar. How do really these ones preserve the food? These two work by absorbing water. From the solid food. We very well know the effect of water The water fastens the rotting ability of any food substance. But when this water is absorbed from the soil, from this food, there is that way the drying ability of the food fastens. And whenever, actually it is very easy. And the dry food lasts longer than the watery food or the fresh food. When we look at the fish, the dry one can even last for some good days, some good weeks, which is not the case to the fresh one. So that's how these two work. But the other ones, the synthetic ones, they work by inhibiting the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi that would cause the decay of the food. So the sodium benzoate, the ascorbic acid, and the sodium nitrite, they work by inhibiting the growth of these microorganisms. We very well know that for anything to go bad, it must have, the decay process must have been initiated. And this decay process is initiated by organisms, which are the fungi and the bacteria. So if their growth is inhibited, the lifespan of the food is increased, or the shelf life is increased. The properties that make the preserving agents suitable for use, very stable, that applies even there. The only one that can not apply here is this one. But those two others can apply on all food additives. So we can give very stable even at high temperatures and very low temperatures, highly soluble, and many others. Side effects, the same, but we can add on and give maybe if the preservative used is sugar, you can give the same challenges or side effects, same mitigation, but we can also add on the digestive discomfort, like the ascorbic acid, the sodium nitrite, sometimes give a discomfort in the stomach, in the digestive system, where sometimes it causes bloat in the stomach. So it is a challenge. Digestive discomfort, the digestive discomfort mitigation, reduce amount of the preserving agent used. Only if you have any question about the preserving agents or any other clarification. Team Freya, Esther, if you have any question or clarification. If no question, we can move on to the next. We have other food additives. We can look at my duster. We can look at the bulking agents. As you hear the word bulking, the word bulking comes from something that is bulky, something that is big. Mm-hmm. What is digestive discomfort? I've talked about it. I've said some of these preserving agents, for example, the sodium benzoate, increases the amount of gas in the stomach to give you that unpleasant feeling, the unsafe feeling, like the bloat, we call it the bloat, a lot of gas in the stomach. So sodium benzoate causes that. So generally call it digestive discomfort. Hope I'm clear with Team Fair. Is it a yes? I've specifically talked about sodium benzoate because I have witness. I have evidence about it. Me myself, I don't take it with sodium benzoate as a preservative. Maybe he's contented. He's not responding. Let's continue. The bulking agent, the function of the bulking agent. What is the function of the bulking agent? And who has ever heard about any bulking agent? Yes, Tufa is contented. Good. The function of these ones is to increase the volume and the size of food. For these ones, increase the volume, make something that was small bigger, like the baking powder, the ingredients in baking powder. You can give an example of such a bulking agent as sodium bicarbonate. The one you call soda bicarb. The sodium bicarbonate or the sodium hydrogen carbonate increases the volume of dough. You mix a small piece of dough of wheat flour with water and other ingredients, but the moment you add the sodium bicarbonate comes in, increase the volume of that small piece of dough when it's intubated. So the sodium benzoate, how does that, the sodium bicarbonate, how does it work? How the bulking agents work? So for these ones work by forming a network of molecules that trap air and liquids between spaces of the food. of the food molecules, increasing the size of the food. If you have ever seen any bread, when you try to break a piece of bread, you find some air spaces in them. The air spaces are there because during the during intubation, these bulking agents, the sodium bicarbonate, form interconnecting molecules. These interconnecting molecules trap air between the spaces that are forming in the bulging food to make it bigger than it is expected to be. We are looking at the bulking agents, and we've seen how it works. We have seen the function and how it works. They have the same, I will not give the properties. The properties will remain the same always. Very stable even at high temperatures. And they are highly soluble to spread throughout the fluids and to spread their effect throughout the foods and so on. The challenges will remain the same. Apart from this, here on the bulking agents, we may not need this one about sugar because we don't have anything like sugar as a bulking agent. The allergic reaction will remain. The digestive discomfort will remain as challenge. Mitigation for digestive discomfort is reducing use. Reducing the amount of these bulking agents used. Let me hope I'm clear. If any question, you can ask before you continue to the other food additive. If we don't have any question, Team Fair, I like your questions. Please ask, such that we can continue well. Gifts, let me hope you're still on. I've not seen Zahara today. Team Fair, any question?